Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the top 13 must-do adventures in Mexico City and its surroundings. We're talking ancient pyramids, crazy delicious street food, markets bursting with color, and nightlife that's off the charts. Buckle up, because we're about to hit you with the top 13 things you absolutely have to do when you find yourselves in this awesome city. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's go! First up, the Zocalo, the main square in the heart of Mexico City. This place is crazy old, dating back to the Aztecs. First up, the Metropolitan Cathedral. This thing is huge. Massive columns, intricate carvings, and a vibe that just screams powerful. We lit a candle inside, said a little prayer. Right next door, bam! Templo Mayor. These are the ruins of the main Aztec temple right beneath the city. They've got this whole museum built around it with artifacts and stuff. It's like stepping back in time. We're talking human sacrifices, guys. Brutal but fascinating. And you cannot forget about the street performers. Mariachi bands just killing it with the music. People selling all kinds of crazy good street food. We had to try some elotes, obviously. Corn on the cob, but Mexican style. Spicy mayo, cheese, lime, the works. Dude, my mouth is watering just thinking about it. Next up, Chapultepec Park, and let me tell you, this place is huge. It's like Central Park, but 10 times bigger and way more history. First things first, Chapultepec Castle. This place is straight out of a fairy tale, perched up on a hill with views for days. Inside, it's like a time capsule, all opulent furniture, gold, and art. Right down the road is the National Museum of Anthropology. Now, I'm not usually a museum guy, but this place was actually really cool. They've got artifacts from all over Mexico, from ancient times to now. We're talking Aztec calendars, Mayan masks, all that Indiana Jones type stuff. But honestly, the best part of Chapultepec is just chilling in the park itself. They've got vendors selling snacks, families hanging out, couples making out under the trees. We rented one of those paddle boats and took it out on the lake. Super romantic, you know? Just kidding. We almost crashed into like 5 kids. Next up, Coyoacan, a super cool, artsy neighborhood. First stop, the Frida Kahlo Museum, which is actually her old house, the Blue House. You know, Frida Kahlo, the eyebrow lady, yeah, her. This place is amazing. You can walk through her studio, see her paintings, even her crutches are still there. It's like stepping into her world, you know? Definitely felt her energy in there. After the museum, we just wandered around the neighborhood, checking out the markets and stuff. They've got these amazing handcrafted goods, jewelry, clothes, everything. We haggled our way to some sweet souvenirs, let me tell you. And the food? Dude, street tacos in Coyoacan are next level. We're talking al pastor, carnitas barbacoa. Coyoacan is a must-see. All right, guys, get ready for this. Xochimilco, imagine this. Colorful boats called traicioneras cruising down canals, mariachi bands playing, people selling you beer and food from other boats. It's like a giant party on the water, and it is awesome. We hopped on a traicionera with a bunch of other people, and it was immediately fiesta time. They had a guy selling Coronas from a cooler, another boat selling esquites, which is like Mexican corn salad. So good. The whole vibe is just so chill and fun. You're cruising down the canals, the sun is shining, the music is blasting. We even had a mariachi band hop on our boat and serenade us. But the real reason to come to Xochimilco is the floating gardens, called Chinampas. They're these little islands that the Aztecs built to grow crops, and they're still around today. It's like stepping back in time. Xochimilco is a must-do in Mexico City. Just be prepared to party. Time for a little history lesson. Teotihuacan. This place is about an hour outside of Mexico City, home to some of the most impressive pyramids in the world, built by a civilization that predates the Aztecs. The main attraction is the Pyramid of the Sun, one of the largest pyramids in the world. The views from up there were incredible. Right next door is the Pyramid of the Moon, a little smaller but just as impressive. Pro tip, get there early, like really early. After a long day of exploring ancient ruins, it's time to let loose in Roma and Condesa. These are like the hipster neighborhoods of Mexico City, with trendy bars, cool restaurants, and a nightlife that's off the charts. We started our night in Roma, at this rooftop bar with amazing views of the city. They had these killer cocktails, and the vibe was super chill. Then we hopped over to Condesa, which is even more upscale. We hit up this speakeasy that was hidden behind a bookshelf in a taco shop. The drinks were amazing, and they had live jazz music. But honestly, the best part about Roma and Condesa is just wandering around, soaking up the atmosphere. If you're looking for a good time in Mexico City, Roma and Condesa are the places to be. Time to get a little spiritual. The Basilica of Our Lady of Guadalupe. This place is massive, and I mean massive. It's one of the most important religious sites in all of Mexico, and it's easy to see why. The story goes that the Virgin Mary appeared to a peasant here back in the 15th century, and now millions of pilgrims come here every year to pay their respects. Even if you're not religious, it's worth a visit just for the sheer scale and beauty of the place. Inside the basilica, it's like stepping into another world. The ceilings are covered in gold leaf. There are stained glass windows everywhere, and the air is thick with incense. We even saw a few people crawling on their knees to the altar. The real highlight is the cloak of Juan Diego, the peasant who saw the Virgin Mary. It's supposed to have miraculous powers, and let me tell you, the energy in that room was definitely something else. Time for a little day trip Puebla. It's about a 2-hour drive from Mexico City, and it's totally worth the trip. Puebla is known for its colonial architecture, delicious food, and of course, its pottery. We're talking Talavera pottery, guys, the kind with the blue and white designs. It's everywhere in Puebla, from the churches to the houses to the souvenirs. We started our day in the Historic Center, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and let me tell you, it was like stepping back in time. Cobblestone streets, colorful buildings, and churches on every corner. We had to do some shopping for Talavera pottery. Puebla is known for its mole poblano, a rich, chocolate-based sauce. Puebla is a must-see if you're in Mexico City. Remember Xochimilco, the party boats and floating gardens? Well, Tlahuac is like the chill, less crowded version. It's a little further out of the city, but trust me, it's worth the trip. The canals here are quieter and more peaceful, and the floating gardens are even more impressive. We rented a trayinera for ourselves and just cruised down the canals, soaking up the sun and the scenery. We even saw some locals fishing from their boats. We stopped at one of the chinampas for lunch, and let me tell you, the food was incredible. If you're looking for a more authentic and less touristy Xochimilco experience, Tlahuac is the place to be. Just be prepared for a bit of a journey to get there. Time for a little Culture the Sumaya Museum. This place is insane. It's this giant, futuristic-looking building that's covered in these shiny silver tiles. Inside, it's even crazier. The museum is home to a massive collection of art, from ancient Mexican artifacts to European masterpieces. We're talking rodent sculptures, paintings by Dali and Van Gogh, even a whole section dedicated to Mexican religious art. The best part? It's free. That's right. You can wander around this incredible museum all day long and not spend a dime. Just make sure you wear comfortable shoes because there are a lot of stairs. Let's be real, the real reason to come to Mexico City is the street food, and let me tell you, it does not disappoint. We're talking tacos, tamales, elotes, churros, you name it, and the best part is, it's all so cheap. We spent our entire trip eating our way through the city, and we barely even scratched the surface. We had tacos al pastor from a street vendor that were so good, we went back for seconds. We tried tamales from a little old lady who made them in a giant pot on the sidewalk. Seriously guys, the street food in Mexico City is next level. Just be adventurous and try everything you can. Get ready for the most fun you'll ever have at a wrestling match. Lucha Libre. It's like WWE, but with way more colorful masks, high-flying acrobatics, and crowd interaction. We're talking good guys, bad guys, storylines that are more dramatic than a telenovela. We went to a match at Arena Mexico, which is the Madison Square Garden of Lucha Libre. The atmosphere was electric. The crowd was going wild, chanting along with the wrestlers, throwing beers in the air. The matches themselves were incredible. These guys were flying through the air, doing flips and dives, and just generally beating the crap out of each other. If you're looking for a fun and unique experience in Mexico City, Lucha Libre is a must-do. After all that exploring and partying, it's time to relax and unwind at Grutas de Tolantongo. This place is about a 3-hour drive from Mexico City, but trust me, it's worth the trip. We're talking natural hot springs, guys, cascading down a mountainside into these turquoise blue pools. We spent our day soaking in the different pools, each one a different temperature. There's even a waterfall you can swim under. We also checked out the caves, which are filled with stalactites and stalagmites. If you're looking for a relaxing getaway from the hustle and bustle of Mexico City, Grutas de Tolantongo is the perfect place. Just be prepared to be amazed by the natural beauty. Mexico City absolutely crushed it. From ancient pyramids to insane street food to nightlife that's off the charts, this city has it all. We had such an epic time exploring everything this incredible place has to offer. If you're looking for an adventure, look no further than Mexico City. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more travel adventures. See you next time.